Well, glory be to God Almighty for another opportunity to be here with you for another great episode of Life is a University Show. I am Tyrone Poole, and I want to welcome all those who are watching on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and IG, Instagram. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As we all know, teamwork makes the right dream work for everyone. Well, what is the purpose of Life is a University Show? Well, we got to always let people know why we do what we do, because you never know. It could be someone's first time watching Life is a University Show, and they may be thinking, what is Life is a University Show? So the purpose of Life is a University Show. Well, I know and I understand, just like a lot of us, that life is truly a university filled with principal classes called tests, trials, and temptations. And these classes, we must all take. We must all take these classes. There are no classes to drop. No one can be exempt from taking these classes at Life University, because it's life, right? And I've discovered the only difference between my test, your test, my trials and temptations, and your trials and temptations of life. Well, the only difference is our experience. And that is it, my friends, our experiences. Because life is a principle. Tests, trials, temptations, they're principles. And guess where the answers to pass those classes that you may be taking, tests, trials, temptations, or I may be taking tests, trials, temptations. Guess where the answers are found? The answers are found 3 inches between the ears. Your mind. It's how you think when you're going through a test, a trial, or a temptation. It's how you set your mind. That is where the battle, and that is where you're going to win or lose the battle. The battles with the test, the battle with the trials, the battles with the temptations, right? It's how you set your mind. That's why my purpose as host of Life is a University Show is to inspire you, as I inspire myself while I'm talking, right? I'm inspiring you, and I'm also inspiring myself. I'm also here to motivate you. So I motivate you, I motivate myself mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's how I want to do it. Mentally stimulate you, physically stimulate you, and God is going to stimulate you spiritually. Because what I'm going to give you is going to be principle-based information. That's right, principle-based information. And principle-based mean it'll work for anybody who will work the principle. So no matter what you're going through, what your experiences are, the principles will always see you through. And why do we want to get the principles? So that we can graduate, people. So we can graduate Life University. I know I want to graduate. Right? I don't know. Let me take that back. Because the only way you graduate life, let me take that back. I think I want to keep taking tests, trials, and temptations. Why? Because once you graduate life, right, and you're no longer taking no more tests, you don't have no more trials, you don't have no more temptations, you know what that means, right? That means that you are 6 feet under the ground. So I don't know. I think, hey, life, bring it on. Keep bringing the tests, the trials, and the temptations, because I know the answers are right here. Is how I think, how I set my mind. So I want all of you to graduate Life University so you can move on to the next level of your potential, because everybody has next level potential, right? How do I know this? Because you woke up this morning. Yeah, and you are watching Life is University show hosted by yours truly. So, are you ready to work that thing? Are you ready to work that thing? Well, yes, we are. And let's WTT 100. All right. So, you guys are probably wondering what type of backdrop Tyrone working with today, right? Well, I'm glad you asked, right? And today I want to speak on a topic that is profoundly transformative and at the same time deeply personal. And that topic is the benefits of having the presence of God with you, with me. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be where I am without the presence of God. Now, in this world that is often chaotic, that's why I got the picture behind me. We live in a chaotic world, people. It's unpredictable. And the presence of God serves as a steadfast anchor. For me, God's presence serves as a steadfast anchor. I mean, the presence of God provides us, me, you, with a sense of peace, a sense of peace that transcends our understanding of this chaotic world. I mean, this peace is not merely the absence of conflict. You're going to have conflict all around you. Conflict, stress. That's life. That's Life University, right? But a deep-seated tranquility of peace that we get from God, that tranquility that resides within us, allows us to navigate life, tumultuous waters with confidence and calm. That is what the benefit of the presence of God allows you to be able to operate in this chaotic world. When those tests, those trials, and those temptations are knocking at your door and your world seems upside down, the presence of God allows you to have a sense of peace while you're going through the storm. And I've learned this, people. Our job, when we're going through a storm, our job is not to change the storm. I know sometimes I do that. I try to change the storm, where the storm is coming through people, the storm is coming through places, right? There are people right now going through hurricanes, right? They're going through a chaotic situation. I've learned that my job is not to stop the people, the places, or the things. My job with the understanding and the benefit of God being on my side is to endure the storms, endure the people. Now I know you don't like them and you want to say something to them. I know. But hey, you know what? I'm just going to endure. I'm going to endure because I know this will pass and I'll have peace. And all the people going through hurricanes and bad weather, just endure it. It's not your job to stop the hurricane. The hurricane going to do what it's going to do. Your job is to endure it, endure it with the peace of God. Now, one of the other significant benefits of having the presence of God with us is we have a sense of purpose, that the presence of God within us brings. A sense of purpose. Now, I believe when we feel connected to a higher power, our actions and decisions are absorbed with meaning. We have meaning and purpose for why we are here. There are things that I'm supposed to do. And I believe when you know your purpose, when you figure out your purpose, oh man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You become fulfilled. Every day is fulfilled because you understand that within this day, I have a purpose. Even in this chaotic world, I have a purpose today, right? So when we are guided by the moral compass or a moral compass that directs us towards fulfilling our true potential and contributing positively, when we find what I call that true north, right, it allows us to contribute positively to this world that is around us, even when it's chaotic. So when we have the benefits of God's presence, it allows us to operate efficiently. It's all about the E, right? It's all about the E. And also, I believe this sense of purpose can be a powerful motivator, driving us to achieve greatness and to preserve through challenges. How many know what I'm talking about? Somebody going through a challenge right now. So right now, you tuning in, after you leave this session, this episode of Life is a University, you will be ready and able to withstand this chaotic world. You'll be able to go through the challenges. Now, I also believe the presence of God provides a profound sense of comfort. Comfort and reassurance. How many need some comfort right now? How many of you need God to speak to you right now? You're probably saying, God, speak to me right now because I need some comfort. This world is chaotic. I need some reassurance that I'm going to make it through. So the benefit of God on your side, having God in your presence, it brings a sense of comfort and reassurance. And those moments of despair when we feel lost in this chaotic world or overwhelmed in this chaotic world, turning to God can offer peace and hope. I believe it. I believe it. I mean, this divine companionship with God Almighty, basically, it just reminds us that we are never alone. We are never alone. And instead, and it's put into our mind that God is with us to help us face the adversity with courage and with faith. Now, I also believe that another profound benefit of having the presence of God with you, with us, with me, is the development of compassion and empathy. Yeah, empathy. I'm like, we all need it. We all need to give it. We all need to receive it. I believe when we recognize the divine presence within ourselves, it becomes easier to see it in others. So first, you got to recognize it in yourself. You got to recognize that compassion and that empathy in yourself. And then you understand that it's easier to see it in others. Because when we see the compassion that God has for us and all of the things that we've messed up in, right? And I'm going to say this. I heard a person make an example, right? When it comes to like pointing the finger at people, because a lot of us want to point the finger at people. So this person says, we should never point the finger. We should point the knuckle. So when you point the knuckle at somebody, the knuckle points at them, but the finger points back at you as well. So I love that analogy. So that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start pointing the knuckle at people. I'm going to say, you know what? You need to do this. You need to do that. And then when I see my knuckle pointing, I'm going to see my finger pointing back at me saying, you need to do this and you need to do that too. So that's why when we can see the compassion that God gives us, it's easier for us to see it in others. I believe this recognition fosters a spirit of kindness and understanding, encouraging us to treat everyone with love and respect. I mean, compassion and empathy promotes a culture of unity and harmony. That's what we need in this chaotic world, man. I'm like, whether you look at the government, what's happening, when you look at your community, what's happening around the world, what's happening, we need to promote a culture of unity and harmony. It's essential. I believe it's essential for the well-being of us as a human race in every community around this world. And furthermore, people, I believe having the presence of God with us encourages us. It encourages us with personal growth and transformation. Personal growth and transformation. It challenges us to reflect on our own actions, challenging us to seek forgiveness. If you want forgiveness, then you got to give forgiveness, right? Because none of us are perfect. We're going to mess up somewhere. So when we have personal growth and transformation, it challenges us to reflect on our own actions, challenging us to seek forgiveness, and challenges us to strive for moral and spiritual improvement. Now, this journey of self-betterment, as I'm going to call it, this journey of self-betterment not only enhances our relationship with God Almighty, but also enriches our relationships with others, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. How many of you guys out there believe it, right? Well, in addition to what I just said, God giving us the opportunity to have personal growth and transformation, I think the other benefit of having the presence of God that it brings into our lives is basically the gift of wisdom. The gift of wisdom. It helps us discern right from wrong and make decisions that align with our highest values. Now, this divine guidance can illuminate our path, helping us to navigate complex situations with clarity and insight. Somebody right now watching, you need a little bit of clarity. You need some insight. I know I always need clarity. I always need insight. I'm like, I want my path to be illuminated. I don't want to walk around in darkness. I don't want to walk around in this chaotic world. So when the presence of God is with you, gives you wisdom. And finally, people, the presence of God in our lives invites us to experience joy in its purest form. Now, this joy is not dependent on external circumstances. So when you have joy, you can be in a chaotic world. Everything, the buildings can be falling down. But when you have joy, you're not dependent and you're not looking at the circumstances on the outside. But you understand that your joy springs from an inner well. You guys remember the well back in the day when they used to pull the water up out of the ground, the well? So that's the type of well that I'm talking about that's inside of you. When you have the presence of God with you, the joy that you experience in a chaotic world, it springs from the inner, not the outer. So you're not looking at what's happening. You're not looking at the circumstances. Yeah, we don't like what's happening, but we also know that we have the joy to experience it. So it is the joy. It is a joy that remains steadfast regardless of life's ups and downs, chaos, buildings crumbling down. It doesn't matter. This type of joy is steadfast regardless, filling our hearts with gratitude and contentment. Now, before I actually end this session, I have to break for a commercial. But don't you go nowhere, because you're going to like the way I conclude this episode of Life is a University. So I'll be right back with my final thoughts.
There's a price to pay to become somebody new. There's a price to pay for change. Do I have what it takes? When you look into my future, can you see me making it?
Okay. 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 Okay.
Hello, my name is Elijah and my body is my business. When I want to outperform my competition, I use TNT Nitric Shock pre-workout powder. It gives my body energy to maximize my performance. Take your performance to the next level and use Work That Thing TNT pre-workout powder.
Welcome back to Life is a University show. I am your host, Tyrone Poole, and today's topic, of course, is a good one. Today's topic is the benefits of having the presence of God with you. So, in conclusion, what I want to say, the presence of God within us is a source of immeasurable benefits. It offers peace. The presence of God offers peace. The presence of God offers purpose. The presence of God offers comfort in a chaotic world. The presence of God offers compassion. When things are upside down, you take a look at yourself as well as taking a look at others. The presence of God offers us wisdom in a chaotic world. And also the presence of God offers us joy in a chaotic world. So I believe by embracing the divine presence of God Almighty, I believe it can transform our lives, your life, my life, making us better individuals and contributing to a more loving and harmonious world. And we need a world with harmony. So thank you for allowing me to share these thoughts with you today. May we all strive to cultivate and cherish the presence of God with us. And may it guide us towards a life of fulfillment and grace. God bless all of you. So until next episode, I pray that you prosper in everything and be in health just as your soul prospers. And if today's episode was impactful to you in any kind of way, please send us an email and share your thoughts. They're important to us. Just send us an email at info@lifeisauniversity.com. Also, if you're having a corporate event, workshop, college program, church function, and you need a unique speaker with a universal message, a unique speaker with a universal message, then I am that unique speaker with that universal message. So you just need to email me at bookings@tyronepoole.com, bookings@tyronepoole.com. And please don't forget, you got to experience Work That Thing. It's nothing like it. It's all about the E, people. A mindset that is full of energy, a mindset that is effective, a mindset that is efficient, a mind set in the right environment. You can't work that thing in an environment like this behind me, but with the presence of God, you can do all things. So whatever excites you to earn that thing, people, it's a mindset experience. What do? Well, you know it. We work that thing. What is it all about? It's going to always be about the E. So until next time, people, love, peace, and joy. I'm thankful that you are here with me, and I'm thankful for the presence of God in my life, even in a chaotic world. I'm out of here. WTT 100. Peace.